Hello, everybody. Scott Golden with the Golden Opportunity Coaching and Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channels. This is the W Dark review for the 31st of August 2021. Once again, lots of stuff here. Once again, some of it good, some of it not great. Big news on the show basically, Kiera Hogan has been added to the Women's Casino Battle Royal at All Out, and more entrants will be added tomorrow on or today on Dynamite as I record this on Wednesday. Taz and Excalibur had people join them on commentary throughout the show, and there are Darby Allin and CM Punk promo packages. Chris Statlander defeats Celine Gray, 114. Not sure why you even have somebody bother to get dressed for a match that's less than 90 seconds. But anyway, Statlander undefeated since returning from injury. Streak continues here. She manages to catch Gray in the corner, attempting a monkey flip, and muscles her up into a delayed vertical suplex in the middle of the ring after this. And Statlander gets the pin with a Fisherman Buster. I enjoy Statlander, but do you really need her to have this type of match on a throwaway internet show? Joey Janela defeats Robert Anthony 357. Janela is a guy, when his contract comes up, honestly, I really think you'd do better to give the money to charity than continue to have the guy on your roster. I see absolutely nothing in Joey Janela as a character for national promotion. I would shrug it at putting him on a independent show. Maybe I'd do it if I were desperate, but I see absolutely nothing in the guy. Robert Anthony is from the area. He gets a acknowledgement from the fans because he's hometown. Anthony's here, hits a dive to the outside onto the floor on Janela. Back in the ring, Anthony drops Janela with a vertical suplex. Both men battle on the top rope, and Janela hits a sunset flip powerbomb onto Anthony for near fall. Janela hits a super kick, but then hits a top rope elbow, and he manages to get caught in the knees with that. Anthony comes back with a Romero special turned into a face buster for near fall. Janela comes back with a brain buster and Death Valley driver for the 3. Anthony looks good because Janela does do some selling. I got to give the guy credit there. But as far as a main character that needs to be on a national roster, no, I don't see it. Anyway, after the match, Muscular Woman runs down. Janela tosses Anthony to the unidentified woman, who powerbombs her. Janela and the mystery woman, Kyla Rossi, who is not mentioned by name, leave together. I guess Janela has a girlfriend. Wonder how much he had to pay. Anyway, Emi Sakura defeats Laney Luck 253. Luck's from the Chicago area and looks pretty decent here. Sakura's not my cup of tea, but gets over with the Japanese fans or fans of Japanese wrestling, so I guess this is a thing. Counters a suplex attempt, does Sakura stepping on Luck's foot and delivers a flatliner. Sakura follows up with a butterfly suplex into a backbreaker and gets the pin after a middle rope senton. Sakura is now a U.S. citizen, or at least U.S. Resident, so should be being seen more. Man of the Year, Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky defeating GPA and Matt Fitchett, 256. Men of the Year do get heel heat at their entrance, which is good. Some offense from GPA and Fitchett. Match is dominated by Page and Sky. Sky hits a slingshot cutter on Fitchett, and Page delivers Ego Edge to get the pin. Not bad. I actually wish they were doing more with Sky and Page. I think both guys have something to go with here. Anyway, Frankie Kazarian defeats Serpentico 427. Again, not a fan of a guy like Frankie Kazarian with 20 years plus experience having to be in matches like this. Excalibur and has put over the fact that they would be, Kazarian that is, would be keeping an eye on the Lucha Brothers and Young Bucks cage match. Serpentico has 11 wins He's also lost 42 times. Surprised that he has the 11 wins. Kazarian with the Elite Hunter is a cool thing, but I'm not quite sure where it's going. Kazarian hits a forearm and a middle leg drop, catching Serpentico with a slingshot cutter for the two. Cutters seem to be the new super kick, at least in this company. Hits a slice bread number two in, floors Serpentico with a clothesline. Gets the crossface chicken wing submission. Throwback to good old Bob Backlund. Anyway, Layla Hirsch defeating Blair Onyx 59 seconds. Again, under a minute. Why even have somebody get dressed for that? Both women are from Moscow, Russia. Onyx stole uh, the spider crawl spot that Bray Wyatt used to do at the opening. Hirsch counters by kicking Onyx's arms, and Hirsch then catches Onyx with a cross arm breaker, gets the tap out win. Glad to see Hirsch, not so glad it's in such a short match. 2.0 defeat Travis Titan and Jason Hoch 134. Again, why bother with matches this short? Titan doesn't really click here. Gets squashed in pins following a two for the show hotshot finish, and the bunny with the blade defeats Sierra 130. Same with the short match deal here. Sierra making her AEW debut. Bunny wins a quick squash. Hits the down the rabbit hole finish, inverted DDT, driving an elbow into the opponent's chest. If you're curious what that finish is. Tay Conti defeats Heather Reckless in 118, again with the short matches, and then we go to a long match that doesn't belong, but we'll get there in a second. Reckless attacks Conti from behind before the bell. Conti destroys her with a super kick, and Conti goes for judo throws and hits him, and hits a gutbuster as well. Pair of pump kicks in the corner, and the DDT finishing off Reckless. QT Marshall with Aaron Solo and Nick Kanemaru defeating Evil Uno. 632. Why in the world, other than the fact that Marshall is going into the thing with the Big Show, or Paul White at the pay-per-view, here would be the only reason you'd even have this. Anyway, Uno plays up the divide in the group around Hangman Page. Kanemaru distracts Uno before the bell, allowing Marshall to get the jump on him. Uno then comes back and basically manages to go for things, hits a standing Rana and chomps, followed by a ref-assisted neckbreaker and a back elbow in the corner. Marshall comes back, Solo grabs Uno's boot, hits a pair of elbows, and mocks Uno's pose. Crowd breaks into a QT sucks chant midway through. This inspires a comeback from Uno, and then there's a bunch of clotheslines here. High angle German suplex and a flatliner for a near fall. Crowd is really behind Uno, and they go to the top. But Marshall comes up and hits a kick and superplex him. Marshall goes for the lazy cover. Uno hits a crucifix near fall. Marshall hits a massive sit-up powerbomb for another near fall. Marshall then goes to the Diamond Cutter, third one of the show, by the way, and hits a boot. And Kanemaru hits Marshall out of the ring. Uno then hit a somersault senton. Uno hits Solo on the floor and a ripcord flatliner, but Kanemaru hits Uno with a boot and then throws him back in the ring. And then Marshall goes to Diamond Cutter once again. Uno then counters into a backslide. Uno goes for a slam. Marshall counters Diamond Cutter for the pin. And some people think this is a good match. I'm not a fan. Anyway, then they do a high spot finish match with Pac and the Lucha Brothers defeating Matt Sydal in 9 minutes. Don't necessarily know why this needed to go 9 minutes, but it's here. Andrade comes and his crew come out to a big ovation before the match. Chavo and Andrade join on commentary, but Guerrero thankfully does the majority of the talking. Excalibur lets us know that Pac and Sydal are 1-1 in matches outside of AEW, so this is a rubber match. Why are you acknowledging places outside of AEW unless you're going to acknowledge them by name? And also, how is that helpful for your viewing audience here? Sydal hits Pac with a spinning kick and an inverted rocker dropper and a standing Meteora, among other things. Pac rolls to the floor. Seidel follows. Pac dominates him outside the ring, throws him into the barricade, and dominates him around ringside. Pac on the floor. Idio walks into the entranceway, and Pac throws sunglasses at him. Pac brushed off and goes back to Seidel, while Andrade and Guerrero go back to the commentary desk, back in the ring. Pac hits a German suplex. Seidel flips to his feet and catches Pac with a Rana. Seidel then goes to the top and catches Pac with a Meteor for near fall. Seidel snapmares Pac and lands directly on his head. Snapmare driver. Move I've never particularly liked. Fight goes to the floor. Pac lands on an Asai moonsault on Seidel, and then goes back up the ramp to taunt Andrade some more. Back in the ring, Pac hits a Liger bomb for near fall. Pac then goes stop with the Black Arrow, but Seidel knocks him down and off his perch and hits a Poison Rana. Seidel then goes for a Lightning Spiral, but Pac counters with a Brutalizer for a quick tap out in what some people would consider a good main event. It's too lucha for me, but that's just personal preference. Anyway, we'll be back with more right after this.